lecture series. My name is Patricia. I'm a legal officer as well as that. I'll be your host today, and our topic today is end violence against women now. It is said that 1 in every 3 women has, during her lifetime, experienced one form of physical violence or the other, and over 70% of women has actually experienced other forms of violence involving domestic violence, emotional violence, and physical violence inclusive. It is said that there's a difference between gender-based violence and violence against women. The difference being that gender-based violence has a general form involving other form of violence against other gender, including the transgender, while violence against women is specific to the female gender. The violence against women is not only physical violence. We have emotional violence, we have female gender mutilation, we have other form of violence, including child marriage. We categorize that as a form of violence. Today, being the 25th day of November, marks the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. And Lawyers Alert as an organization joined the whole world to celebrate this day and to air our voice in ending violence against women, all forms of violence against women. It is said that the forms of violence against women continues because of the society's approach to violence and to the reportage of the violence. Lawyers Alert has an online tool for monitoring and for documentation of violence against women. So anyone that has suffered such violence can go and report their violence on our online tool. Lawyers Alert has also represented several persons, women involved in violence like domestic violence, to seek their rights and get justice in courts, and also the help in other emotional support for women suffering or who are victims of violence against women or other forms of gender-based violence. And today also marks the beginning of the 16 days of activism. The theme of this year's 16 days of activism is Orange the World, End Violence Against Women Now. I'm sure you'll notice that that's the same, it's synonymous to our topic of today, which is end violence against women now. We're calling on all members of the society to join this campaign to end violence against women today, because everybody is involved in this issue, and this issue needs to be stopped. Men are majorly the major problem when it comes to violence against women, so the men also need to air their voice and advocate against violence against women. Also, the violence against women does not only affect the women themselves, it affects the children, it affects the community at large. A woman who is being violated or who is being assaulted will not be able to fit in properly into our society. And children who watch their mothers or their sisters or the female gender around them suffer any form of violence have negative impact on those children later in their future lives. Most victims of violence have really suffered negatively due to the violence that was meted on them. We have issues of death resulting from domestic violence and even rape. We have issues of unwanted pregnancy resulting from rape. There are also issues of females and women contacting infectious diseases, sexually transmitted diseases, that some are incurable due to the violence they experience and the physical abuse they experience. The issue of violence against women is really important, and if not addressed, it has a negative consequence on the society and on the community. Most issue of unwanted pregnancy might lead to abortion, which we know that in Nigeria it hasn't been legalized. Although there have been a law, the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act, and this law, it has really changed a lot of things involving violence against women in particular, although the law involves other persons who are not women. But we believe that when women know their rights and they know that they are able to access the courts and they know that their rights are catered for by law, they will have the boldness to come out and talk about their experiences, knowing that they will surely get justice. We'll call on every member of the society to to join this campaign today to end violence against women. And how do you do that? You have to stand for violence against women, meaning you air your opinion about the issue, you speak out, encourage women that have spoken out, encourage them emotionally, give them emotional support. Most times the reason why women don't speak out when it involves violence against them is because the society does not support them. Most times the society victimizes the victim. The society makes the victim feels guilty of being a victim. Let's encourage the women, let's help them, let's give them support. Thank you for watching today's Thursday live stream, and join our advocacy today. The 16 days activism will be aired by Lawyers Alert, and we'll do a lot of activities within this day. It's beginning today, the 25th day, and it's going to end on 13th day of December. Okay, it's going to end on 10th day of December, and that's going to mark the International Human Rights Day. So we have a link where we've put in a logo or a flyer for you to edit and put in your display picture and all that to join this advocacy and this campaign that we're on to end violence against women now. Thank you. Bye.